It's 4 o'clock in the morning, California time. Been up since midnight. I had heartburn right here that just absolutely kills so bad. And I got all super nauseous and stuff. I hate having heartburn like that. But I only have 7 hours and 44 minutes left on my 70-hour clock. So I gotta be careful about my hours. I'm an hour and a half away from my delivery in Riverside. I'm probably gonna leave in half an hour to get down there, to be there about 7-ish, so I can get offloaded and kind of figure out what I'm gonna do. I don't even know where they're gonna send me, but I don't have hours and I need to restart and all that stuff. Oh, Pim's whining to get up on my lap. Hey, Pim. So, yeah, I'm not feeling very good this morning at all. I'm on some pretty heavy anti-acid medicine, and it's not quite doing the trick on days like this. I had In-N-Out yesterday, which was greasy and fatty, and I think that did a number on my stomach. So I gotta stop eating that stuff. So I'm just hanging out a few more minutes before I leave. Oh yeah, I just went in and got a shower, shaved my head, cleaned his paws off a little bit. He's gonna need a bath in my downtime this weekend. So I got his shampoo out. I'll give him a little minor trim, make him look a little better. Oh, Pim. But yeah, we'll go offload this today and then see what we have to do next. So I've been in traffic now for an hour and a half, going up I-5. Kind of started about Castaic, and now we're getting to the top of the mountain. Finally coming up where the accident itself was at. Now traffic should clear up and keep going. But there's a rotator. My day was pretty interesting. We turned back towards the sunlight here. Thought I was gonna go home to Santa Maria, and then that got changed. So when I offloaded, I stayed there for like 4 hours for them to try and figure out what they were gonna do with me. And they couldn't figure out anything. So then I was like, well, I'll just go home to Santa Maria. And they were still gonna give me a holiday pay plus the downtime. Well, then they gave me a load in Madera, which is outside of Fresno, and then I wasn't gonna get holiday any downtime, which is about 250 bucks or so. And I'm like, well, so if I go home, which I don't really need to, just to go see my parents, maybe get to see my kid for a couple of minutes, I'm gonna lose 250 bucks. So now I'm in, this is the big pilot in the bottom of the Grapevine. It's Lava Road. I think it's Malbec here. It's really just the far south side of Bakersfield, right before you start climbing the grade of the Grapevine to drop down into LA. But I'm right on the 5. Barely anybody here. Tons of spots open. It's already 7 o'clock California time. So I'm gonna have to kill It's Friday, so I'm gonna have to kill Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And it's only 2.5 hours away, and I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing. I should have just took the loss of the money and went and gone home, but I decided not to. Really getting tired of pulling this hopper. There's 10 pound. So I asked to give me the first spot in a regional dry van, and then I'll get away from the hopper. He's eating. I got him a new toy. I don't want to give him a toy just yet. So I decided to give me the next position in regional hopper that opens up and I can get away from this. Really kind of irritating. I get where they're coming from. If I go home, I have home time. And home time doesn't get, they call it breakdown pay, but it would be the same as if you're broken down and you couldn't work. It's $100, $150 a day. So I'd be missing out on that money because, I'm home and I'm driving out a route. Now that I'm staying en route and available for dispatch, which is not till Tuesday, they're gonna give me the downtime pay. It's what you get when you have work for a big company. It's irritating. Small company, I could have just said, hey, I want to go home. And then they don't have breakdown pay. They don't have any of that stuff. He would have just been like, I can give you a few bucks and we'll just call it good. But no. So it's frustrating. And I thought coming back to this company that I used to work for was going to be a good thing. So far, it's been nothing but problems. But they're not big problems. They're little gripey problems that I probably shouldn't even be upset about. Okay. Somebody wants up. Oh, really? Stop licking the inside of my nose. Oh, he gets all excited and he gives you kisses. He's supposed to be giving kisses on top of my nose. And he sticks his tongue all the way up in there. He licked the back of my tooth the other day. That was fun. He's like, ugh, doggy licks. But he's so cute and I like getting kisses from him. But so it's kind of, again, give and take. This big company, you make money on your downtime, although it's a little bit, versus not making anything at all. But when you work for a little company, I can just be like, hey, I'm not loading till Tuesday. I'm just going to go home. And they wouldn't be like, yeah, great. Why are you telling me? Go. It's different when the company's more corporate. But I do have one big giant gripe about one of the dispatchers. The main dispatcher that I was working under is not there today, so then I was talking with some of the other ones, and the miscommunication and all that is just horrible, and then somebody who's just brand new to trucking's coaching me into telling me stuff that I should be doing, and I'm like, I know, I've been doing this for 18 years. Nothing pisses me off more than somebody who doesn't really know the trucking industry wants to give me some coaching on something that I already know. I called to ask a question, and I'm asking a question because the situation needs it. I couldn't see my fuel stop. And then this person goes, well, remember, you should be doing this before you leave. And I'm like, I did. I know this. Stop telling me what to do. I've been doing this a long time. I'm asking you for something because what I was supposed to do didn't happen. And I know I was supposed to do it. But when I asked for my fuel solution, it took, 45 minutes to show up. And I was in the midst of going from 71 to 210 in LA. And I didn't want to pull over and stop and look to see what the fuel solution was. So I just called and said, hey, where's my first fuel stop at? And then this person goes, well, you should have been looking at it before you go. And they send me messages and it goes, hey, send in your paperwork. And I'm like, I did an hour and a half ago. And they go, oh, why don't you look first before you ask, And why the hell are you telling me what to do? or coaching me through stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. It's beyond frustrating. And this is what you get from a large trucking company or a larger trucking company. You know, any bigger than this, you would just be some number and some idiot on a screen and nobody knows about you or cares about you. But couldn't they just understand that I haven't seen my parents since 2011 and I haven't seen my kid in 7.5 years? That it's only 120 miles out of route. They could still give me the breakdown pay and let me go see my family. But no, they wanted to do an either or. And it makes me want to quit so bad and go back to a smaller company. You know, why can't you just have a little bit of compassion and bend the rules a little bit? You know, I haven't even got a full paycheck here. I'm struggling to get by. I didn't want to lose out on $250 gross. And my last paycheck wasn't correct either, which is also another very irritating thing. So yeah, I made a mistake for coming to a bigger company like this. I really should have just picked the smaller one that offered me a job and not had good health insurance, and then not have to deal with any of this stuff, where I could have just been a trucker and just gone out on the road and fend for myself. But no, I chose healthcare instead, and now I get super frustrated with little crap like this. Here's my view. I got the time lapse going. Been doing time lapses every single day, posting them while I can. It takes quite a bit to post and upload it. And then I'm gonna drop like 7 vlogs over the next couple of days because I have a backlog. I haven't wanted to post any of these vlogs in fear that the company I work for is gonna see them. So I stopped posting for a little while, and hopefully they've forgotten about my channel, and then I can post all this stuff and nobody will end up seeing it. So yeah, frustrated, and I think I made a mistake. First load was a disaster. Then I ran really hard and ran out of my 70-hour clock. And then now this, you can't just let me go home and go try and visit with my family, you know. Granted, there was a bunch of back and forth. You know, I told them it wasn't a good idea, which it wasn't, and then my parents called me back and said, you know what, if you show up, we'll just make it work. My dad was gonna just give me his car so I can go and drive around and stuff, and go and see things and visit with friends and all that. But I have to go up I-5 instead of going over 101. I'm from Santa Maria, California, and I went going from LA to Fresno, so you would have to go out a route up 101 to get up to Santa Maria. And just, I made a mistake. So I'm obviously going to be trapped with this company. I'm moving to Omaha in July, so I got to stick with this company to a minimum of then and just deal with it. But I have a feeling come July, then I'm just going to probably move on, I'm assuming, and then go back to a smaller company or something, or maybe local work. I really don't know. Just, I don't know. It's frustrating. They're not talking to each other. They're not communicating very well. I heard 4 different things from 5 different people, and I just wish my main dispatcher was there, and I don't think any of this stuff would have happened. He would have known how important it was for me to go home. And I said, you know, I want to go home, but if I don't, I want to leave the state and maybe go start heading towards Phoenix or something like that. And they come back and go, hey, you know, your next load's just 3 hours away, and you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You have 4 days to get there, but no, you can't drive 120 miles out of route. Just, I need to stop monologuing. So for now, puppy's laying on me. We'll do a bunch of computer work. I'm gonna sleep in. I haven't gotten good sleep in a week, and then yeah, see what tomorrow brings. I'm only gonna have 5 hours to drive tomorrow, and it's only 2.5 hours away. So I might stay here for a reset, or I might head up north and do a reset. I really don't know. Yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow.